Hi, everybody, and welcome to I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel, and welcome to a new live stream. Hopefully, this is going to be a nice, kind of enjoyable afternoon as we watch the ship sail out of Miami Harbor. You're currently looking at a live shot of Miami Harbor there. You'll see the ships on the right and actually a couple of ships going down the channel right now. Now, this hopefully will be my last live stream with my audio how it is right now. So let's see how it goes. I'm hoping it's going to be nice and clear. If you have watched previous live streams, you know that I'm in the process of getting a new microphone. Yes, I'm going to be getting a new microphone. Hopefully tomorrow, we're going to go check out a store in the city. I've found a place online where I can go buy them literally, and I should be able to grab a microphone and plug in, and off we go. So yeah, hopefully we get a few people into the chat. Hopefully maybe somebody can share here and there on their Facebook or into some cruise groups, and we might get a few people. There's a couple of people already in the chat live. Again, I'm got my favorite unscheduled live stream going on, so I hope it's coming across okay. Actually, I've got a very good friend here who I'm still waiting for the invite to go to Jandakot Airport Tower. I was assured that I would eventually get an invite to go up there and watch the aeroplanes leave Jandakot Airport. Had it on good authority that I'd get an invite, so Jason, if you're watching for the first time, this is a live stream from my kitchen, and this is Miami Harbor. I'm not literally there, but I thought it was pretty cool to see a couple of ships leaving. That one just out there ahead is the Norwegian Getaway. It's just going past Dodge Island on the right-hand side, and then it's heading, those tall buildings on the left is actually South Beach. So yeah, you can see South Beach there on the left, and right behind it is the Carnival Conquest. Now that actually left a little bit earlier than the Norwegian ship, but it had to turn around in the basin. So you can see how all the ships are facing out to sea there. So when they come in the morning, they've got the option of going up to the end of the channel, turning around, and then parking up, which you'll see there that Royal did, and the two Norwegian ships, and actually I think the other Carnival ship right there as well did as well, but the Conquest decided to do the turnaround, leaving the harbor now. So yeah, we have Ryan Tube in as well. So we're going to have people come and go, of course. We know that's fairly normal in my live streams, so I can't avoid it. You know how that is. He says, I'm going on a cruise on the 4th. 17th of the 4th, do you want hints and clues to guess the ship? I guess I need some clues. I don't know. It's a lot of choices, isn't there? Especially if we look at this shot where we see 3 different cruise lines right here in Miami Harbor. Jason said it looked great. Yeah, it's a pretty cool view here. I just like how it's called Dodge Island. That's the strange thing there. You can see, oh, look at that. We have a, check out that just there. That's a UFO just going by. There's always these UFOs in Florida, and I always wonder. Now, I probably think, actually, it's a plane pulling a banner behind. They tend to go along South Beach advertising things. Can you see how it's turned around there? And then you can see the banner now going back along South Beach. So if you're actually on the left-hand side of the ship as it was sailing out, you'd have a pretty good view of the beach there from right there. So now Pamela's in the house. How are we going, Pamela? I know you're a long-time watcher of the channel. Again, as usual, we're not scheduling. I am going to go buy a microphone hopefully tomorrow. Now, the plan is to get up early, go into the city, go to this store and find one. And hopefully they've got them in stock. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. 2 fingers crossed. So Jason said, yes, I am. I'm going to pop up the comments here. I'm back on StreamYard, as you can see there in the corner there, which is kind of what I like to use, so I can put up the comments quite easily. The only thing is I can't see any thumbs ups or is it likes? What do you get on this one? Likes or thumbs ups? Thumbs ups. That's a bit of a weird word, isn't it? And of course, my mouse is doing crazy things to me. Let's see if we can see over here. Oh, we got 2 likes. Wow. 2 likes, which is pretty cool. Well, now we've got things going on everywhere. So yeah, this live stream, let me say this live stream, this webcam is very cool. If we actually go over to the other page that I've got popped up here, I'll just refresh it. We can actually see this is the cruise mapper page. And we can see here Conquest going out, the Getaway, and then we've still got import, Freedom of the Seas, Norwegian Pearl, Carnival Ecstasy, and Norwegian Joy. I'm fairly sure the Ecstasy is not going to sail, or if it is, it's not got guests on board. And I'm pretty sure the Pearl hasn't either, if I'm not mistaken. So we may only see one other ship pull out. The schedule here says Conquest was 3:30. So Miami time now we're at 4:15. I'm just going to jump around a little bit. 3:30 for Conquest. Getaway was 4 o'clock. You'll see that's half an hour ahead, I guess, give or take. Norwegian Pearl, 5 o'clock. The Riviera, 6 o'clock, which isn't in the shot. It's off to the right-hand side of the Dodge Island. And then Freedom at 6. And then Symphony of the Seas is due in at 8 p.m., which is kind of interesting. So I wonder what's going on with Symphony coming back into port. I wonder if we can see if it's out here somewhere. It's right there. Look at that. Now, I think actually Symphony doesn't have any guests on it either. Have a look at that scribbly track. So it's gone around in circles a few times in the Straits of Florida there, which is basically where the Bahamas separates Florida. So it's kind of around in circles a couple of times. Let's cross back over to this one. And we'll get back to the mouse right here. Jason says, I've got a question. Are they letting people off the ship in Cozumel? Are they not vaccinated? My son is 11 years old and are not vaccinated. Yes, so basically your kids need to be vaccinated to get off in the ports freely, let's say, freely, where you can get off and do whatever you like and go anywhere you like. And now this is actually going to vary a little bit by cruise line, but I think most of them pretty much have the same rule. Otherwise, you can go on what's called a bubble excursion. So the cruise ships have excursions planned with cruise operators where you can get off unvaccinated, but you have to basically go on a designated tour with operators going to those places, like maybe a beach excursion, a sightseeing excursion, or whatever it would be. And then you can only then stay with that tour, masks on or off as required in the port. And you could get off, let's say the word unvaccinated. But you'd have to book a bubble tour or bubble excursion for that port of call. So you can't sort of maybe go on your own to Mr. Sancho's or Paradise Beach or go for let's say a wander around the port or go shopping nearby. Unless the excursion has a plan that it goes to maybe a shopping area, which a lot of the tour operators tend to do that. So make sure, I guess depending on the time of when your cruise is, you would have time to get vaccinated, I guess. I guess that's everybody's choice if they want to get vaccinated or not. I can't sort of influence you in that answer, There's so many that are sort of for and against everything that needs to happen. So maybe just look into maybe which cruise line you're going on and then just have a look. For a lot of the cruise lines on their web pages, they do have like a safe cruising kind of a guideline, which explains to you the rules for vaccinated guests and then rules for unvaccinated guests. where the ships are going to the private islands, which I would imagine if you're doing a Cozumel itinerary, it probably wouldn't, but where it would go over to, say, the Bahamas and then go to like the, okay, GSC is the one for Norwegian, Great Stirrup Key. Half Moon Key is the one for HMC, or Half Moon Key is the one for Holland on Carnival. And then what's the other one? Coco Cay is the Royal Caribbean one. So yeah, if you're going to some of the private islands, everybody can get off regardless of vaccination status, if that makes sense. So yeah, we have quite a few people in the chat now. There's 10 people, crazy. Welcome everybody if you're watching. We're doing a bit of a live stream, a little bit again unscheduled. I guess if I could schedule it, we could get hundreds of people, right? It is Friday afternoon. The camera you're looking at, apart from me, is a live shot of Miami Harbor. They've zoomed in a little bit now. This is actually not me controlling this camera, but it's a pretty cool view showing the ship sailing off. That's Norwegian Getaway at the front. And then we've got the Carnival Conquest, the one sailing behind there, slowly off behind. So yeah, if you're in the chat for the first time, welcome. This may be coming across amazing. Please, if anybody just wants to put in the comments, how is the sound? That would be very helpful. Is it noisy? Is it not noisy? Is it? My fan is running a little bit on the computer, and that's my only kind of fear, is that you can hear the sound of the fan. Also, with StreamYard, we have a chance to invite people into the chat. So if anybody has a phone with a camera, and you can open the link that I can send in the chat, you're welcome to come on the stream live with me, and we can look at the ships together. We can talk about it live in a camera-to-camera chat. Yeah, Jason, I hope that kind of helps your information. Oh, sound is clear. Oh, that's good. Sam 602060727. I wonder if that's your zip code or your postcode, 60727. Should we do a little bit of like investigation? Zip code 60727. What does it say where that is? Where is zip code 62707? It's Chicago, Illinois. Is that right? I wonder if you're in Chicago. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Well, it's not really cool that we can just do that kind of thing and look things up, but I thought I'd do that. The NCL ship's taking a bit of a left turn there. Check that out. It's basically just this over here where my mouse is sort of scrolling around. That's South Beach right there. So, and then you can actually walk out on these rocks, not too far out, but you can definitely get a nice view of the ship sailing out. And then right here is the where the beach kind of begins. You can see on that lower left-hand side the amount of traffic actually in both directions coming back to downtown. And then off on the right-hand side here is Fisher Island. So if you didn't know that, that's Fisher Island, which is where the some of the rich and famous, and maybe not so famous and rich, live. And then we just saw before, we can't see it now. You can see just here, there's a ferry that connects. So you can park your car there and you roll your car onto the ferry and you can get over and back with this kind of round the clock ferry that kind of runs. So let's go back to Ryan right here. He's got a clue. Number one, the ship is the second in her class. You can walk into something that raises you and brings you over the side of the ship. Clue, the ship sails US, UK seasonally. Now, I wonder if it's Odyssey of the Seas. I wonder. Now, I'm pretty sure it's a Royal Caribbean ship. Oh, hang on. You can walk onto something that raises you and brings you over the side of the ship. So there's basically two possibilities. It's either a celebrity ship, which could be like the Edge, which has got the magic carpet that goes up and down, brings you over the side of the ship, and UK, US seasonally. So I wonder if it's Odyssey of the Seas. or Norwegian, Celebrity Edge. Actually, if we go and have a look here, let's just go back to Google. This is Bing. Let's go to Google and see if we can figure out from the clue what he just said. So, Celebrity Edge. Let's go to an image of it. It has on the side of the ship, this is the magic carpet right here. Can you see? Let's go to a kind of a normal shot of it. And you can see this, so that goes up and down. It's a cantilevered kind of deck. Actually, when the ship's in port and it's tendering, where they use the lifeboats to take you to shore, they use that as the embarkation deck, which is very cool and very easy to get off in the port. And then this is when it's sort of at sea. I'm in Houston, Texas. Oh, okay. So Sam says he's in Houston. 60727. Maybe that's sort of not the name or the reference. Now, Odyssey of the Seas. Is this the one? Yeah, there we go. Let's say we got a good photo of the. Actually, the shipyard one is probably the best one. And you can see here the. Is it? I forgot. Is it the Golden Eye or Magic Eye? I can't remember the name of the. What the name of that lookout is. Have we got another shot of it right here? Oh, there's one over here. Check that out, how it comes out. That's actually one of the pre-construction photos, so it's not as good. Actually, that's the advertising of it right there. Or this one. This one's better. Check that out. How cool is that? So yeah, let's go back to our live Miami shot right there. Weather for Miami is partly cloudy with the temperature 72 Fahrenheit, 22 C. The wind is blowing from the west at 11 kilometers an hour. Humidity 69%. Yeah, so there we go. Does it say again about the ships departing? Norwegian Pearl, 5 o'clock. Riviera at 6, Freedom at 6. Times may vary, so where we are. Let's get my mouse back over here. Sam says, yeah, I have no clue how I got it. I'm in Houston, Texas. Oh, Houston. Okay, so you're pretty close to Galveston, which is where the cruises sail out of, predominantly in Texas. Now, originally, many, many years ago, there was ships out of La Porte, Texas, which is kind of the Houston area. So there was ships out of La Porte. Dave, how are we going, Dave? Again, if I do miss out on saying hello to everybody, there's not a lot I can do. Yo, buddy, when are you going back on a ship, and what ship will you be on? At the moment, I'm here in Moscow, Russia. You probably noticed from a lot of the previous videos in the last few weeks, I've been doing like cruise news videos. I wonder if you kind of like them or not. I am in the process of getting a Russian residency visa because I'm married here to a Russian, and we've applied for a residency visa for me to live here, let's say indefinitely. But of course, due to bureaucracy, which is everywhere in the world, right? Bureaucracy. We have to kind of wait for them to approve it. So at some point, we hope in the next month or so, or less than a month, we're hoping, we'll get a phone call and come with my passport, and they'll stamp or put a sticker in there. We don't know what they're going to do. And then we'll know that I've then got residency. Then the idea with getting that visa is that I can then fly in and out of Moscow back to the ships, and then fly home to Moscow here. And I don't, basically, otherwise, if I was to leave now, let's say tomorrow morning, get a plane and go to Miami, join a ship, I don't have a visa to come back to Russia. The current visa I have has, let's say, lapsed. So I'm in the process now where I'm waiting for my new visa, and I'd have to fly back to Australia to get a Russian visa to come back to Russia. And that's obviously a bit of a circle I don't really want to do. So yeah. So yeah, which ship I'm going back on now? The hope and plan is to go back on Norwegian. Oh, Norwegian! My God, I'm looking at Norwegian ships here. Is to go on Carnival Horizon, which is actually just recently come back from a dry dock and let's say some repair work that was done over in Italy, and go on that ship and do a contract. They're kind of waiting for me there every day. I'm getting messages from somebody. When are you coming? What's happening? What's going on? Come on, hurry up. So I'm waiting for it to happen, so. Pamela says, was looking at one of your cabin tours this morning. Someone in one of the Facebook cruise groups was asking about the L-shaped room on the Sunrise. L-shaped room. Is that one of the aft cabins, I think, right? On the back of the ship. I wonder if we can pull this up. Carnival Sunrise deck plan. Well, we don't want deck plan, do we? Well, let's go to cabin 444. I don't know. We'll just put in any number here. And then we tend to get some videos. And then if I pull up this little deck plan over here, I wonder if we can get that a bit bigger. Probably not. We can probably zoom in to get it bigger. Oops. Let's go to that. Well, that's kind of better, isn't it? So I wonder if those L-shaped cabins are 7434, 7439, and you've got that kind of wrap around where these aft staircases are. I wonder if that was the I wonder if they're the L-shaped cabins. Yeah, extended balcony ones as well. We'll check these ones out down. These extended balconies, right? Yes, extended balconies, Pamela's saying. So yeah, you've got those back to 7439, 7434. Let's. Yeah, the only thing is you never know which ones. Well, 7429. So I've done 7429. So there's a couple of rooms there. Some Russian adverts popping up. You can see what I'm searching. Let me just pull that away for a minute. You can see what I'm searching for here on my adverts. It's showing microphones. Google has a very good way of knowing what you're looking at. And as soon as you search for something, the ads in websites tend to be very much focused on what you're looking at. So, and actually this is the Rode microphone right here on the left is the one that I want to go and get. I think it's on the bottom advert down the bottom here as well. There's a million different ones that you can buy. Look, there's even adverts on the side over here. 6451. Let's see if 6451. I'm pretty sure it'd be the same layout, won't it? Yeah, right. There we go. Well, that's Victory. 64. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we can see that over here. Let's just, can we scroll to that one? Yeah, 6451. So, yeah, it's actually the same spot. This is on Victory. So, that'll be Radiance. Yeah, so these are actually crew staircases. Now, interestingly, they're pretty much 99% never used. They're kind of the emergency staircases that would take you down to the boat deck on deck 4. And pretty much they're never used. I'll probably say 99% of the crews. You may get an occasional crew member. Pretty much the only people that would probably use those technically, maybe even a cabin steward going up or down a deck, maybe to see a colleague or something or borrow something. But you won't get kind of crew traipsing up and down them. So they'd be hardly used. But it is basically crew staircases. It's not passenger staircases. Interestingly, if we go to the Oh, I've got that crazy written there. Carnival Horizon. Let's go to 6444 again. Let's do that. We can get the deck plan up for the Horizon. Now, just to point out the difference over here. So that crew staircase on the, I guess, Destiny class ships. Are we going to be able to see the back interior detail page? Okay, let's just go to that. Ads coming up everywhere. This is El Dorado, which is the one of the electronics stores. Now, if we go to the back here, this is cruise deck plans. So if you're watching along, guys, and listening and so forth, you might learn a little bit. This is kind of neat too, because you can see when you go to this website, they've actually linked in the videos where people have posted a video. They've linked in. They've probably found them from YouTube or people's posts where they've actually made the videos. So if you can see here on the Horizon, there's the staircases right here. They're actually like a public staircase, if you like. And you can use them to get down to deck 5 to the aft Havana area of the ship. So if we go to deck 5, 5 Promenade, check out the amount of photos here. Look how much it's been photographed. And these are pretty much, I would imagine 99% of these videos are mine. And then you can't see, but the staircase comes out right here on these two sides. And you can then access the Havana area and the after area of Havana. So you can walk up. I think deck 9 is the stairs running right there. And then 10 would be Lido. So there's no kind of the access right there, if that makes sense. So what they did is on the Horizon, and I'm pretty sure it'll be the same on Panorama, is that they made them into a kind of guest staircase where you can go up and down, which is kind of very interesting. Well, there's the wider shot of Miami Harbor right there. And that Riviera that we just mentioned earlier is over on this right-hand side. Yeah, not a whole lot going on now, but still a cool view. Not too much traffic going back and forward either. So I would imagine the 3 ships, I'm not sure about the Royal ship, but I'm pretty sure all the ships that are currently in port don't have any guests on board. So here we got Sam saying, yep, I've cruised out of Galveston 6 or 7 times and once out of Miami. Yeah, if you live close to home, I mean, why not cruise locally and not have to sort of travel too far? And you've got quite a bit of choices. And then also now they're building the new terminal there in, I think the Royal Caribbean are actually building the 3rd terminal, I guess you'd call it, in Galveston. So Dave says, gotcha, good luck. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's everything's in the process. And then once I get my microphone, if I get it tomorrow, oh my gosh, if I get it, so many hopes, then we'll be able to do live streaming around the clock. I think no, we won't. Yeah, the staircase. Yeah, so yeah, it's a crew staircase on those ships, and then on the Horizon and Panorama, and I guess Vista would have the 3 ships would have the passenger staircase. You know what? While I was on the Horizon, I didn't end up doing it, but I was going to do a like secret staircase video, and I never filmed it, and I'm so mad I didn't do it. Talking about that staircase going up and down on the aft of deck 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I would think some of the guests in the Havana cabins, unless their cabin steward pointed out or they stumbled on it, probably didn't know that staircase was there, you know. So Pamela says, yeah, she said she had gotten an upgrade from an inside cabin to that extended balcony room. That's a big upgrade, isn't it? So yeah, that would be a great cabin to kind of change from inside to outside. What is that website you're seeing the cabin arrangements deck by deck like that? So let's just go back to that. So there's a couple of different ones. I'm looking at cruisedeckplans.com. So I'm not sure if we go to the Glory, let's just zoom back a little to where we were. I'm pretty sure if I go to home right here, yeah, look at this. It's got, oh, look how many thousands of videos. And so it says that that's their photos and videos and stuff, but I know that they link their videos even from my videos, if that makes sense. And you choose the cruise line right there, cruisedeckplans.com. Let's have a look. I wonder how many, oh, there won't be any from Celebration, but I guess from Horizon, which is where I was. What were we talking about? The Sunrise. So we'll go to the Sunrise. You know, the funny thing, I almost think they've took my photograph for their homepage photo. That looks awfully like my picture in Progresso. I wonder if it is. It looks awfully like it. So then if you go to the decks here, so you said it was deck 6 right here. And if we go to this left-hand side, it shows the layouts, and then it shows the highlights where they've got videos made. And I reckon, oh, I guess I haven't maybe done that one then, I wonder. Let's go to 6434. Yeah, look at that. So when you click that, it comes up with my video right there. You'll see I like cruise ships, and I guess you can, what can you do? Click more, watch later or share. And I guess you can just watch it from right there. Yeah, so it links back to the videos and photographs. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting website. It's got all the deck plans right there, right there, right there. How many times do I have to say that? If you're watching, again, everybody, welcome. There's a few of you guys in the chat. If anybody wants to post any questions or comments, please do so. I'm happy to talk about cruise ships. We can pull up some websites. We're just talking about the deck plans. If you are watching this on replay later, it may make more sense to watch a little bit more of it than what you are now. Cabin Guru. What's the Cabin Guru? It tells you, look at that. Laundrettes across from 62. Oh, aft-facing balconies are semi-private. Cruise line separates the different categories. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, there you go. So the cabins on the decks are above and below decks with only cabins on them, which is not really true because deck 5, that means that they have tendency for less noise from public areas. I don't know where they got that deck 6 from, because if you go to deck 5, that's the main promenade deck. So there's definitely some noise. The aft, I guess, has the new, let's go to that one, I guess. Is that going to show the video? Or is it just photo? Oh, they're photographs. Oh, someone's got a video there, 5.2. So yeah, they link all of people's videos that someone's done, which is kind of pretty neat. That's why if you see the Carnival Horizon one, there's a ton of videos on there. Let's see there. Carnival Ecstasy. Oh, Terminal E to Terminal G. Noise and Joy from Terminal F to Terminal B. So yeah, these guys are sort of sailing empty with only crew on board. And then they're just moving terminals for other ships that want to come in tomorrow, I'd imagine. So yeah, let's get my mouse back over here. What is the website that you're looking at? Yeah, so we just pulled that message up. So yeah, thanks everybody so far for watching. Again, if you are here for the very first time, welcome to a live stream on I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel. We basically just have a bit of a two-shot here. There's me, of course, and then we also have a live stream of Miami Harbor. We did watch a couple of ships sail out earlier in the stream. And pretty much all the ships, although there's a lot of ships right here, they're all kind of without passengers, and these are the ones that are kind of paused in operations. So unfortunately, we can't see anything happening, although it is neat to watch this camera and not see anything happening. Yeah, we were looking also at the, let's just close these. We were just looking at the, let's just refresh this, shall we? This is actually cruisemapper.com, which is another very cool website where you can actually see all the ships by cruise line sailing. I'm just going to go back to a bigger shot of kind of the Gulf of Mexico and Florida and the like there. Mike, you're welcome. Thanks for the info. Yeah, you're very welcome. No worries. Yeah, we're kind of learning something at the same time, and we can kind of do a couple of things while we're here. So yeah, we can kind of see here if we zoom in onto a ship. We've got the Sunshine here going from Charleston. You can see where it came back from on its previous cruise and where it's heading now. And it kind of stays on there, so you kind of have to refresh it to get it off. And then we'll see here, we go back down to Miami. We saw Norwegian Getaway turn out. That's the Conquest there. And then the Getaway obviously has got nobody on board, so it had done a bit of a loop around the harbor. Not the harbor, but the Gulf, the Straits of Florida, and came back in. It's kind of sad and crazy to see at the same time, you know. So now what I might do, I might just, while we're on this little shot here, I'll just refresh this. Now, if you guys maybe watched my cruise news from the last few, maybe 3 or 4 different cruise newses, you may know the story about Crystal Cruises and how it's in administration, and the parent company has filed for bankruptcy, and the ships aren't sailing, or they're basically, let's say, shut down. So currently the Crystal Symphony is the one that's kind of made the news for the fact that it was meant to come back from its last itinerary. You can see this dotted line, and it was meant to go to Florida, but a fuel company in Florida. Oh, Sam, he says you love Cruise Mapper. Yes, it's a very cool website. And I think a Florida-based fuel company is owed nearly $5 million, $4.7 million. So the ship decided not to go back to Miami because obviously they would arrest the ship for unpaid fuel bills. And it went to Bimini, which is an island of the Bahamas. And part of the reason it kind of went there is because it could pull into the port. It's actually now not in port, it's out to sea right now, but because Scarlet Lady's there. And Resorts World Bimini is actually owned by the parent company through Genting. Not to confuse you guys with all this story, but they decided to pull into their own pier right there, if you like. And then they dropped all the passengers off. There was about 300 or so passengers on board. And then they had a high-speed ferry or catamaran that brought them back to Florida for them to go home. Now, I actually have a friend on board. This is how crazy this is. And we'll see if we can pull up the photo right here. This is my friend right here. He's actually one of the photographers on the ship. And he took the last photos of the symphony as the guests were getting off. So, and this was him on the pier here, and that's the ship obviously in port. And then this is the ferry that goes between Bimini and Florida. And he was able to basically shoot the photograph of the last passengers leaving the ship right here. So the crew members are still on board. The ship's just sitting off the island right there for now. They obviously can't dock while there's only one pier there, so they have to go out to sea while another ship comes in. And then you can see here, let's go back. Sorry, I just need to look at my mouse over here. And you can see the passengers up on deck here of the ferry waving off the ship. So, and then there it is, just going off into the sunset, so to speak. Yeah, very, very tough situation. I'll just show you a couple of photos that I got sent as well here. This is actually somebody else that took photos of the ship off the Bimini coast. So it's just sitting out there all alone. There's nobody around. Oops. What did I do? I've got the right arrow. Yeah, that's the right arrow. And then there's another shot of it right there. And then, oops. Come on. Yeah, there it is right there. So that's all the crystal ship sitting just there out at sea. Basically, it's gone out just basically to anchor in Bahamian waters. Now, a lot of people, if you watch a couple of other people who are talking about this and make, let's say, viral kind of clickable videos about it. I mean, what they've done is it's not an uncommon thing to do, to basically, not come back to its home port and then not dock, for the sake of these unpaid fuel bills. I mean, other people who file for bankruptcy on land, obviously they can foreclose your home if you've not made car payments. They could take your car away or your house away. So this is kind of quite similar, but it's more of a business kind of perspective of it. So they are doing things that are not right, but it's not uncommon what they're doing at the same time. I mean, it's not as though that, whoever would come on board would kind of want to just go to the safe and take all the money off them and so on. The crazy thing is the unpaid bills go back to 2017, which is, I mean, we're at 5 years. So how that company has allowed them to not have paid fuel bills for 5 years is kind of strange. I think it is anyway. So, yeah, I have a friend on board who's a photographer. I think he's I guess they would call it chief photographer on the ship. And he posted a few photos of him being on there. He says he's perfectly fine, perfectly happy, perfectly safe. Obviously, all the crew are just unsure of what's going to happen, how long they'll stay on board, how they're going to get home. Obviously, with no guests, I mean, will somebody take over the cruise line? They've basically put a pause in operation through till April. And then the plan will be to resume cruising. I mean, in the meantime, I would imagine the company that's handled the administration now is in Bermuda. So they're kind of using like a bankruptcy company, I guess. I don't know what the wording is that they use. And they're probably seeing if they can maybe sell off the ships, if someone can take over the ownership. So the Crystal Cruises has also 2 other ships. So let's go and have a look. We can find the other one. And it's actually meant to end the current cruise it's on in Aruba. I think it's a couple of days' time. So the 29th at 11 a.m., which is today. I guess that's past. Or tomorrow, I guess, with the time difference where I am here. So, you can see it's done its itinerary. So it's still got guests on board. They're still sailing as a voyage. But there is nobody. So once they get off in Aruba, then the ship will be in that same situation. So hopefully we can get photos of it. And then the third ship is down in South America. Actually, it's right there. Oh, it's come away now. It's come away from. It was in Antarctica, and it's just there off the coast. I don't know these islands, South Georgia and South Sandwich Island. And we'll probably see the track. Yeah, it went down to Antarctica. You can see all the ships in Antarctica right now. There's a ton of ships down here. These are all mostly like expedition ships. They're not big ships. Yeah, so it's kind of dotting around, and then it's going to end in Ushuaia. I think it's about the 5th of February is the last sort of date of that cruise. So they're finishing out the whole itinerary. This is a beautiful, beautiful ship, by the way. Let's pull up the. It's a very new ship as well. Let's have a look at this photo of this ship because it's a very nice ship. Let's just go back a bit. Have a look at this. It's like it's a luxury 6-star passenger ship, but it's not particularly big. That's it coming out of the yard right there. I think it was built in Germany, I believe. That's not a very good photo. There we go. Have a look at that. Yeah, so there's a lot of money invested in this ship, and obviously whoever gets the chance to take it over, obviously that would be, for me, it would be for another cruise line to buy out maybe the Crystal brand and then continue it on. That would be the goal. I think it should be the goal of that anyway. So yeah, it's a beautiful ship. Check that out in the shipyard. That's not a very clear photo, but they basically build them in these garages and then they sail them out. Obviously, being a smaller, it's more of a be almost considered like a super yacht, but a giant super yacht. There's a cool photo. Check that photo out. That is a proper cool photo there where they come out of the yard, done and finished, and it's got that back deck right here. So yeah, this is a crazy, amazing ship. Yeah, let's go back and have a look. This is, again, if you are watching later on in the stream, this is a live shot of Miami Harbor. We're just having a look at the ships in port at the same time. Alexis Dubik. Hi, is the Mariner have good foods? I guess you're talking about Mariner of the Seas. I'd say it has good food. I mean, I'm pretty sure all cruise ships have good food. Yeah, all ships have good food. I would say they all do. I mean, I guess the thing is, it's a personal thing. You know, do you like buffets? Do you like to go to sit-down dining? Do you want to go to specialty restaurants? And that's kind of everybody's kind of personal kind of choice, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Hi, Russell. Hi, Bearbull. How are we going? Again, we're back live with a bit of an unscheduled stream, but it's kind of worked out okay. Do you know if the mobile app shows the track movement of the ships as it's doing on that website? Yeah, it's very close in terms of the accuracy, if that makes sense. So we saw earlier there the Conquest come out of Miami. So you can see here that's the Conquest that came out, and that's the actual past track as well. And then you can see Symphony here. So yeah, it's probably not too far off being live. I guess there's probably some kind of a delay between the ship's AIS tracker, which is kind of the system they use to, you know, like geo track the ships, and then where they are. You know, we just watched the two. That was the Getaway. We just watched pull out there at the very beginning. It was just right as I turned on the stream, and that was its past track before it came in. They tend to leave it sort of on there, and then and where it is now. So it didn't go too far. It just went around in circles a few times. Check out Vision here as well. They've got their little scribbly map going on as well. Vision, I understand, is being used as one of the quarantine ships for Royal Caribbean. So basically where they've got positive cases of crew members, that's amongst all the Royal ships. They're bringing them on board one ship and then taking away that case then from an active sailing ship. Firstly, to reduce the numbers of active cases on the ship, and then obviously to bring them to separate care. Yeah, so that's the vision there. Actually, in terms of Carnival, what I'm aware of was, well, my friends who were on the Carnival Horizon, they were actually on the New Amsterdam. Was it New Amsterdam or New Statendam? Let's just unselect and then select Holland. Yeah, they were on New Amsterdam. Yeah, have a look at that track where it's sailing around and around. Yeah, they were the crew members that went on to the Horizon. So they flew in earlier than the ship arriving back from Italy. And then they joined the Holland ship, obviously Holland being part of Carnival Corporation, and it's obviously not sailing. So they joined that ship. My friend basically saw none of the ship. He walked on board. He got put in a cabin in isolation. And then he walked off the ship and then walked on the Horizon and then began duties because he'd done his quarantine period. He was able to basically then get right on the ship and do normal duties, if that makes sense. What kind of food is on Mariner of the Seas, Alexis? A lot of food. Buffet food, main dining food, a lot of food, really and truly. Adventures of Eric, how are we going? I know you've been in a live stream before. Why does Carnival always have a ship that docks opposite side in Port Miami? Do you mean how it's pointing the other way, I guess? Is that what you're kind of referring to? You'll see here they're all pointing the same way. And then if we actually go back, we can kind of go back to the... Can we see? How far can we go back? Wow. And we can go back here. Well, that's not a very good part. There's a cargo ship coming in there. Oh, we can't quite see there. But yeah, the one, I think it was the Conquest, which was the ship that we saw leaving, was docked facing port forward in. I think this is what you're referring to. So it'd come in the harbor basically and arrived and then pulled in facing this direction, like we can see here, the NCL ship facing this way. And then so they've got the option in the morning of coming into the harbor, coming right down to this turning basin and then pulling into dock and then leaving. Or they'd have the option of pulling in as they are, like they are now, and then turning around before sailing. Now, that will be probably a couple of agreements that will be made between the pilot of the ship who would help the ship into port. Also, the time of arrival as well, so how early they met the pilot and docked to their scheduled arrival and departure time. And then also, possibly, they may want to dock the ship on opposite port or starboard side to do maintenance, like painting the side of the ship or deck washing. So where they typically dock, if you look at the NCL ship down here, where are we? You can see it's port side docked. So their gangways and shell doors for loading in stock is all on the port side. So whoever comes out to do deck washing or painting would paint the left-hand side of the ship. Now, if, for instance, the ship was facing the other side and facing out to sea, they could then do the starboard side. So before they would have arrived, there would have been a plan in place for portside docking, and then they'd prepare the gangway ramps so that as soon as the ship pulls in, they can open the shell door and put the gangway straight down. So they're not waiting on the other side of the ship. They'd know that before they pulled in. Official Adventures of Eric. Does that make sense, Eric? Why they dock opposite side? It's really it not necessarily comes down to the captain, but if, for instance, they want to do deck washing on the opposite side, on the port or starboard side, they could dock the ship opposite side or that side they want to dock against and do work and so forth on the ship. it makes no difference to embarkation getting on and off as a guest. It makes no difference to the gangway getting on and off. It just makes that difference of the planning. So maybe they want to have a one of those cherry picker kind of cranes that they can use to access some of the windows and balconies, or underneath the lifeboats, so that they could actually dock on that port or starboard side. Now, Alexis is asking more questions about. Now, Alexis, I'll just give you the heads up. I haven't worked on Royal Caribbean, so unless somebody in the chat mentions it, I can't tell you the difference between the Adventure and the Mariner Entertainment. I'm very sorry. I would love to give you those very specific answers, but because I haven't been on the that ship, what I was going to do, I was going to share this a little bit. Get shareable link. And I'm going to go into my page and let's see if we can get a few more people into the live stream, shall we? If anybody again wants to ask any other questions. Yeah, Eric, I know it's a bit of a long answer, but it does make a little bit of sense if you kind of just follow it through what I was explaining. Some people actually ask a lot, what side of the ship should I have my cabin on? Should I have it on port side or starboard side? Will I see more things? Friday cruise chat. Let's do that. I'll spell Friday wrong. Yeah, so some people do ask a lot, should I get a port side or starboard side balcony? I mean, when the ship gets to port, will my balcony be facing the island where we're docking or the country? Obviously, it would be not to know that, you know what I mean, unless, you're really, really very clued up on which side they're going to dock. I mean, very typically in Cozumel, the ships always dock, bow facing forward into the port. Let's just have a look at the Cozumel port. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a pretty good one right there. Can you see how they're all docked facing forward? Now, the only thing that would kind of affect, I don't think we can we get a bit closer? No, we can't. Darn it. Now, the only thing that would affect there is if they're on that outside pier, it would always be port side docking. So they'd always have those port side doors open. Actually, that's a pretty good one of Cozumel as well. And you'll see here one of the Fantasy class ships is starboard side. So yeah, depending on which stop they pull out, you can see actually the Royal ships are facing opposite directions. So it's really kind of throwing your question off. But you'll see typically all the Carnival and Royal ships dock, ship facing in. It looks better as well. That makes sense. And we'll see the Carnival. That's a very old photo because that's not got the second pier there. So, so it's the Royal pier there. So you can see how they're facing opposite directions. So you wouldn't really know which one would be your ship and where it would dock ahead of time to know that difference, right? So, it's just a bit of luck then when you pull in, you've either got the next balcony facing you or you don't. There's a photo right there. You'll see how they kind of back to back. That's the Royal Pier as well. So yeah, in Cozumel, there's 3 cruise terminals. There's the Puerto Maya Pier, which is the Carnival Cruise Line or Carnival Corporation Pier. And then there's the International Pier, which is this one over here where the Royal, there's a Carnival ship in that photo, but that's where the Royal ships. That's kind of cool. The new arm. Let's see if we can see that a bit better. Oh, we can't really. We can see them building it. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, we can zoom into this one. It's not so clear, unfortunately, but yeah, we can see where they've Oops, let's get rid of that. Yeah, where they've, oh, there's Carnival ships everywhere there. And then the international pier over here is actually where the Royal Caribbean ships dock. Let's just go back to that one. And then there's Punta Langosta. Langosta. This is the one that's the downtown pier in Cozumel. Oh, that's. Have we got a better photo? Oh, that's kind of a good one. Yeah, there we go. So Porto Maya over here, International Pier, and then Punta Langosta is the downtown pier. It's kind of a pretty good kind of an overview of it. Oh, there's a photo of a couple of ships. That's the Disney. So the Punta Langosta one downtown is actually a privately owned pier, which is a combination with, if you've been to Cozumel, there's the shopping area downtown there. Actually, there's a photo of the shops. These aren't great photos, but yeah, and it's actually a family that own that whole shopping complex and terminal, and then they essentially sell docking rights to that pier. So pretty much anybody that's not Carnival Corporation or not Royal would dock downtown, like Disney we saw there in that shot, NCL. Occasionally Carnival ships dock there if there's quite a lot of ships in port, but they prefer not to because they have to pay somebody to dock there. So actually, there's a Carnival ship in Punta Langosta. There's an NCL ship. Let's go back to Miami, shall we? Let's go back to that shot. Yeah, I hope you like this kind of cruise chat, guys. It's kind of interesting. Russell, on your Carnival cruise ships or any other cruise ships in that matter, do they make their own ice using ice machines, or is the ice on board and kept frozen until needed? No, pretty much, yeah. So answer that question. Pretty much all the ice cubes or ice that you see them using either on the buffet, Bain Marie's, or in drinks are from ice machines. So they'd use the ship's water. So from reverse osmosis, it would pump into those ice machines. And then they basically can get ice from those. I wonder if we can, they're pretty standard looking. Ice machines. Yeah, they look like these things. They're kind of those, they're fairly standard looking ice machines. These are the ones that they have in all the bars and then all the pantries, room service in the main galley. And then they use those to make all of the ice on board. And then they get cleaned out every night. It's a huge pain for the bartenders or bar staff or room service, or there's the pantries also for the cabin stewards. And then at the end of every port, they've got to empty them completely of the ice, let them melt, essentially switch them off, let them melt away, clean them out. And it's a huge pain for them to have to do that, but it's basically the way that they make their ice on board. This is pretty much an exact of what they look like. One of these models. And then the other way they've got ice, they don't bring anything on in the ports like ice like this. It's all made on board. The only ice they bring on the ship are the big blocks for the ice carvings. Those carving blocks. Yeah, so you see, I'll just pull up Google Photos because it's just much easier. Can you see, like, this is not cruise ship photos at all, guys. These are just generic Google photos. But you can see here this kind of ice block. So in the Miami home port, as a good example of what we were looking at earlier, an ice truck would come at some point in the early morning or lunchtime, let's say. And then they actually prioritize it, obviously, getting off that truck, getting onto the gangway, and then onto the ship and into frozen storerooms. And they bring on, 10 or 15 of these blocks because they're making the ice carvings by the pool where they demonstrate it. And then they've got different ice carvings that they've got on display, like for instance, like midnight buffets, or in the dining room buffets, dining room displays. Pretty much the only carving that you really see is where they do it on the Lido deck nowadays, where they've got one of the carvers go out there and it's a crew member and they bring their tools. Most of the other ones that you see, let's go to cruise ships, see if, yeah, oh, there we go. There's a crew member doing one there. So that's pretty much the only ones that you tend to see where they're doing them in public. And a lot of the ones that they'll have on display in the dining rooms, they tend to do them in the cool storerooms down in the crew areas. So it's quite interesting. Like for the shops, we have our storeroom for alcohol in the cool room areas, and you can pass by the guy doing an ice carving. I mean, this guy's got years of experience carving ice blocks, and there he is doing it in a crew area, just him on his own with his tools. And you walk past the guy making one of these ice carvings. So not all of them are on public show. Yeah, this is obviously, is that yeah, that is a Carnival ship right there, cruising for amusement. So yeah, you can see that's a pretty good photo of that. So yeah, they're the only ice that's brought on the ship in a home port. Typically, they may even get 2 or 3 weeks worth. They're, you know, these, I don't know, a few £100 blocks, and then how many they use per cruise. Then they'll have them stored up ready for carving. I hope that answers the question. It's a very nice question too, by the way, and it's kind of nice and easy for me to answer. If that makes sense. Eric says, I took some of your advice with my YouTube page and added a new video, and with 55 views. What? Let's pull that up now, shall we? Wrenches over Eric. Oh, so I've given you some good advice. And you've already got, oh, my Dane Little French Key by Carnival Mardi Gras. Oh, cool. So that's pretty cool. You got 8 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. 56 views already. That's very cool. Let's go to this. We won't give it all away too much. You don't need to have as long a title either. In your video. So if I type that into search, now the only thing that you could add to get it more viewable, Eric, now if you see here this is on the main search of these channels, you could actually have a look at some other people's titles too. That's kind of cool. You don't need to put the date on there. That's not really necessary. You could take that away if you wanted to. So you got Carnival. Okay, so Little French. So these people here who got this, Andrew Patton, he's put Little French Key at the beginning of his title. So that's a more likely search term. So where your video would be searchable versus your subscribers sort of watching things on your channel, someone may type in Little French Key. Now, if we actually go here, so if you've got a desktop PC, I've got a program called vidIQ as an extension. And if you go to your description page of your video, you can put tags in. Can you see these words down here that someone's put? Little French Key, Honduras, day trip, paddle boarding, Roatan. This is actually a different video, but these are called keywords, and these are possibly words that people would search to look for your video, or for it to come up as a searchable video. You know, if we put my day, so you could add tags to your video. So you need to just find that sort of section in your YouTube Studio, or if you've got YT Studio app on your phone, you can scroll down and it'll come up with tags. YouTube says that they don't necessarily put focus on the need to have tags on the video, but where people type certain search terms, it may kind of build into the analytics of your video and into their little French key. Oops. Little French keyboard. That's funny. Yeah, yours will come up first there because I put the exact words as what I wrote there. And you can see here, Little French Key excursion swimming with pigs. And can you see all of their search terms that they've used right there? These are all the tags that they've added. Little French Key is paradise in the Caribbean. Choose to explore. It's a different sort of name of a channel. The best spot in Roatan. So yeah, monkeys and tigers, Little French Key. So yeah, this Little French Key is kind of the key word that's getting probably the most search. These guys don't have any tags. These guys don't have any tags. They've got 4,000 views with 14 subscribers. So that's kind of interesting. Is Honduras safe for traveling? 12,000 6 months ago. Even she's getting 2 views per hour right there. Learn if a video is trending now. 2 views an hour is not a lot, but she's had 25,000 views on that. So yeah, so the next thing you could possibly do is put a different. So this is actually what the thumbnail is of your video. So the YouTube would pick a picture and put that as the thumbnail. Can you see how someone's actually got that photo and then put some text over the top? So they've actually probably took a different photograph altogether. So you could actually, if we go over here for a second, we can do the French key. Let's see if there's any nice, not too many generic photos. That's Mauritius. It's not even Little French Key. I'm just looking for unlicensed photos. So if you actually have your own photos from your camera, it would be helpful. Let's just do copy image. And you could actually have, this is canva.com, which allows me to make thumbnails. This is what I use to make my thumbnails. And you could actually have here. You know, if you pull up this is someone else's photo altogether. And you could put, and then you could actually make a Little French Key thumbnail. You'd actually download it, and then it would allow you then to put that into your photograph, because basically the one you've got now is just basically a default image that YouTube's pulling from your video, which it might think is kind of, can you see when I hover over it? It's basically pulling up basically a second or two highlight of the video. So yeah, 56 views is very good. And on your description or about me, you need to fill this out a bit more. Just put a little bit about yourself, just a brief description, like, you know, I love to cruise, I love to go on holidays. My channel's set up for you to follow me on my adventures. And then also just remember to put every video into a playlist. So create a playlist, even if it's like holidays, house videos, snorkeling, food videos. And then you can actually then have more searchable videos where someone's watching it in a playlist. They may watch another video in your playlist. That makes sense. Yeah, hopefully that was a little bit helpful. I think everybody might be still watching or not. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to. I'm pretty sure Bearball has Right, doesn't Bevel, we've already looked at her channel before. That canva.com is a nice free website where you can make thumbnails. And actually, it lets you actually even choose default sizes of downloadable files, which are suited to your to the what YouTube require. Yeah, Bevel Cruising Rare. She's changed her icon right here. I think it was a bee before, wasn't it? And now it's got a photo of a ship. This one needs to be fixed, I think, but that's just me, you know. So if I go to, and what I suggested was she puts the name of the ship at the beginning. So you see the Carnival Panorama arriving in Mazatlan, Norwegian Bliss Casino, Norwegian Bliss jogging track. Oh, beautiful. East Bay Spider on camera. Oh, okay. And how many of these Aqua Theatre? So these will be these words are then searchable, if that makes sense, you know. Carnival Panorama Review from Deck 12. And I would say probably the Panorama Cabin video has got the most views because it's searchable. Carnival Panorama Cabin 10202. You'll see it'll come up first. Actually, how other ones come up, I don't know, but that was obviously the most searched one. And it's actually above. Okay, that's a different cabin number. There's no cabin number for that one. The only thing Bevel could probably do is put more tags in her photos. So you can see here, Carnival Panorama Cabin Tour, cabin review, balcony reviews. You know, these are all very usable search terms, if that makes sense. Where are we? Let's go back to our Miami webcam. Avoid Florida. 10 reasons to avoid Florida. So yeah, we got 5 people watching. The ads are coming up. This is one of the Russian banks right here, isn't it? I think. Is it? Oh, we missed the NCL ship pulling out. Oh, and then there is the Carnival ship, I think, changing piers. Did it not say that it was changing piers? Because I think the Symphony is out here, is coming into port. So yeah, I hope you've liked this live stream. It is running a bit over an hour now. We've got 5 people watching. Of course, anybody that wants to put any questions in the chat or a thumbs up or a like for the video, it goes a long way to knowing that people like watching these kind of videos. Again, if I could probably schedule them, we'd get more people. So the plan is tomorrow is to go and buy my microphone. I need to Google the exact metro station where it is that we're going to go to. So because it's in downtown, well, downtown, it's in Moscow center. There's no downtown here. It's in Moscow center, so I need to get the train there. I'll get the bus. It's kind of a bit of a journey. It's the bus from where we live that'll take us to the metro station or the underground. They've got the Moscow metro, and then pretty much everything in Moscow is reachable by knowing which station you've got to go to. So once I know which metro station it is, just walk from there. Eric says, do I know? Oh, let's go. Oh, where am I over here? With my 3 screens. Sam's saying, very enjoyable. Yeah, you're very welcome. Of course, you're kind of following on with me, kind of pulling up the webcams over here. I wonder, Sam, if you've got a YouTube channel. Should we look you up in a second? I see that you've got an avatar for your picture here, so you possibly do. Eric says, do you have a schedule when the next time you will be on? I don't. The plan was to be Friday, Saturday or Sundays live. and to settle on an exact right time, which would be more ideal around my wife sleeping or going to work. And then once I get this webcam, once I get this microphone tomorrow and set it up, I know that the videos will sound a lot better. I know they will. And it'll just make the live streams a lot easier to do because I've got it a little bit more down pat. It's basically a USB, what's it called? Rode Mini, or Rode. Is it showing it there? No. USB Mini Micro. This is the one that I want to get. There's a lot of the same picture right here, but this is the one I want to get. And then I want to get one of these arms. This is actually a desk mountable one, but it's not. They make a lot of videos about it not being suitable because if it sits on the desk in front of me here, the microphone's not close enough to my face. So I want to get one of those boom arms like this lady's using here, this arm. Any other photos of the boom arm? No. Yeah, I want to get one of these boom arms as well. That's what they're called, boom arms. So that's the plan. I wonder what Sam, hopefully you've got a very easy, viewable YouTube channel. Oh, 23 subscribers. Bridge over Whiskey Port. Oh, you got lots of videos. Well, you got lots of ones on where you live, I guess. Well, you got lots of different videos. Check that out. Oh, arriving in Cozumel on Carnival Valor. Oh, you got some cruise photos, a view of Carnival Fantasy from the Valor. We got some cruise videos. Piloto boarding in Cozumel. Bomberfield USA Jet Rally. What are they, like airplanes, I guess? And you go to the Speedway. Oh, nice. I go to the Speedway. I think that's the Speedway, is it? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like Speedway. Yeah, I go to the Speedway in Australia when I can, when I'm at home or when I've been home. My sister's got 3 sons, and her middle son, that was his thing he always wanted to do with me. Like when I go out for the day and take him out. Or remote control aeroplanes. Ah, there you go. That's kind of cool. The only advice I would massively give you is the first rule of YouTube. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? It's down here. Okay, I'll give you the main advice. Okay, I'm not the advice king of YouTube, but any video you want to film, I'll just put my phone that way so it's easier. Film it in horizontal or landscape. Okay, can you see this one over here? Just 4 minutes. The first rule of YouTube. Bearbull, Sam's page, I've just put in on Google search, Sam 60727. That's what I put into the search, and it came up. So if I go back, oops, go back one more. It came up as, because it's pretty much a unique word right there. So yeah, the first rule of any video you want to make on YouTube is do it in horizontal format. So especially there, like you filmed on the Louisiana highways, don't film anything in horizontal. Okay. The only horizontal videos you want to do is if you want to do shorts, YouTube shorts, or things for Instagram and things like that. YouTube short needs to be under 59 seconds. Okay, that's what's called a YouTube short, if that makes sense. But anything you want to film, if you just want to put your camera and film something in the garden tomorrow, film it in horizontal format so that, particularly people who want to watch it on desktop or they want to put their phone sideways, they will do that to watch your video. Obviously, a lot of views on YouTube come from mobile views, of course. But yeah, good suggestion. You want to put something on your about page as well, and then put some videos into playlists. So go back over your videos and put maybe your this annual Renegade. These were the car racing ones, I think, were they? Yeah, put the Speedway ones in one playlist, put your model airplanes in another playlist, put your cruise ship ones in another playlist, and then dancing one in another playlist, and then it'll work out a little bit easier for people to search them as well. So yeah, put them in playlists. They always tell you to put them in at least 2 playlists, but sometimes it's difficult where they're not really overlappable. But if you put them into kind of one playlist, it'll sort out, you know what I mean? And people will find things under the same common view. So yeah, I hope everybody's liked the live chat. I know I keep keep saying it over and over. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I know that I don't have a schedule so much now, but once if I can get this microphone, I want to do more than once per week. I've got plenty of opportunity here in Moscow to do them every day. I know that's probably a bit much, but at least maybe a couple of times per week would be very easy to do live streams. Yeah, Sam, if you're coming on another live with me, we'll go back and look at your channel and see if you've improved it. Okay, so let's do that later in I don't know, whatever the next live stream is, and you're on at the same time. Bebel did some work on her YouTube channel, and then Adventures of Eric as well. I know for sure he's put a new video and he's got some views. The only one with Eric's one there, what's it called again? Official. I wonder how many unofficial Adventures of Eric. Is there other? I bet there is. I'm sure there's other channels. Adventures of Eric. Well, there's only one. Okay. The Ochoa Adventures. Adventures of Eric and Alice. Travel Adventures with Eric. Eric Adventures. Okay, so there is quite a few. Eric's Adventure. Eric's Adventure. Eric's Adventures. So I guess the point of having Adventures of Eric. So yeah, so for Eric's homework, I guess he needs to change the thumbnail on his video. So if Eric, you've got any photographs of your day at Little French Key, even if it's a photo with you in it, if you want to, or just of the beach or somewhere, put that as your thumbnail, and it will probably get a little bit more views, maybe. With 9 subscribers. To get 50 views from 9 subscribers, it's very good, by the way. Anytime you can get more views than your number of subscribers, it's done well, especially if you're like we're starting out on YouTube, right? So if I go to my travel channel, so if you don't know, I've got a second YouTube channel called Traveling with Russell. Oops, that's the wrong one. I had it up already. What? And it's got 222 subscribers. So if you want to maybe subscribe to it, I haven't put any videos on there in a month, more than a month, which is kind of crazy. It's getting 2,500 views every 48 hours at the moment. Can you see this big spike here? So MSN News shared one of my videos. I did a video in Moscow about the electric bus fleet, and it's had 11,000 views. Pretty much all my other videos, 150, 200, 300, 500. I go to my channel right here. Oops. yeah, so that's the channel right there. So I've got a channel banner. There's the channel icon. I have a video for new viewers. If you aren't subscribed, you'll see that video. And then if you see the videos here, so most of them I've not posted in a month. This one had 4,000 views, but this is a short. Can you see how it's got cut off sides there? They've got these robot postmen in Moscow, by the way. I think they've got some in America too, I believe. And these are my travel ones where I've gone in around Moscow. If you want to watch a little bit about me in Moscow or in Russia, traveling with Russell. Yeah, this one here, it's kind of crazy, like 200 views, 1,000 views, 13,000 views. Oh, you guys subscribe to each other. Nice. And then when you guys watch each other's videos, then that would be very cool. So you can see in mine here, the playlist. So 60 seconds in Moscow, how to find videos. I've made one. Russian railway stations, shopping around the world. And then these are videos, hotel reviews, streets of Moscow. So I've kind of try to break them down into playlists. Videos. So yeah, 200. So everything's got, well, these are not so doing so well. 90 views. It was the hotel we had we went to a town where my wife lives, and it only had 90 views, but it's okay. You want to see a tour of my my wife's auntie's house in Moscow, in regional Russia. There's some videos to check out there for you. Where are we? Let's go back. I can't see the camera cutaway. Oh, there's some ads coming. Well, Megaphone is the mobile phone company here in Moscow. I don't have this. That's not my provider, by the way. So Sam says there, my husband's friend hunted moose near Moscow a few months ago. He had a fantastic visit there. Wow. So he came over to Russia and went moose hunting. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, you could go out to anywhere regionally here and do, fishing. I mean, probably not now with the snow, but because everything ices over all the rivers and streams, but you could definitely go out hunting. That's pretty crazy. Wow, really? Pebble says that she's subscribed to Eric and Sam, so maybe you guys could subscribe back. And Eric said he subscribed to all the channels. Oh, that's kind of cool. We should probably have like a YouTube group, YouTube help group where we talk about channels. Yeah, there you go. It's Sam 60727. I got an RV and boat show. You're going to an RV to go for some content. Nice. You're going to an RV and boat show. That's kind of cool. So you could maybe you could even make a couple of videos. I don't know if you're doing any editing or not, but you could film a bunch of content and even put like one that's just showing the boats, one that's just showing the RVs. So you've got multiple videos that you could make from it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, my friend in America suggested I should go to they don't really have RVs here in Russia, but they've got like cabins, like transportable cabins that people put on regional properties. And he suggested I should go and have a look at some of the demonstration cabins, if that like the display homes. He suggested I should go look at the display homes and make videos about that. The problem I've got is, obviously the cruise channel, I want to do only cruise content. There's no question about that. But on the Traveling with Russell one, I could definitely do that kind of thing. Bearable says, I enjoyed the view of the Hotel Russell. I think it was a Holiday Inn or Hilton or something. It was needed to see it out there in Russia. Oh, it was neat to see it. Yeah, it was the Hilton Garden Inn. Hilton Garden Inn Ufa, and it's a really cool hotel. It's on a kind of a bit of a cliffside where they've got a nice outdoor garden and kind of a huge like view over the river. The river, I think it's called the River Ufa. I don't know. And they've got this huge monument. If you look back at the video, this guy on a horse, Salamat Yulayev, he's like the hero of the region of Bashkortostan. Yeah, that room was literally like less than $50 a night. It was crazy cheap and very, very, very nice hotel. We should have stayed a few more days there personally, but we didn't. So somebody's zooming around on the camera here in Miami. Yeah, this is the Royal Terminal over here where they are in this video. Where's the mouse? Come on. There it is. That's the Royal Terminal. And the Norwegian one's just down from it. Doesn't look as nice from this angle, right? Because you see all of the pavement area and what have you. I wonder if they're getting ready to sail, maybe. You can see some people up on deck here, so there's plenty of people around. Maybe they're getting ready to sail off, I think. Yeah, that Hilton Garden Inn Ufa. I don't think if I search that, if it comes up first. Hilton Garden Ufa. It comes up second. Well, that's kind of cool. If you type the exact words in, I guess. I tried to get the search term $48 Hilton Hotel. Can you see here all the tags that I used? I put a lot of wording in Russian here so that it's searchable, but 78 views is not very many. And Babel, you probably like have 5 of them. So actually, this is just the room review, the 3-minute view of the room. Hilton Garden in Ufa. This is the lady showing the creams in her room here. Yeah, this is it right here. 1,000 views. They've got more views than I have. I like to travel. Yeah, this is the hotel here, the Resident Ufa. It's overlooking this cliff, and then they've got like a bar and restaurant on this kind of deck over here. Like crazy videos. It's a kind of nice one. Oh, that's in Dubai. Oh, is that coming up in the search? I guess the close ones come up. Yeah, anytime you ever go into a hotel, anybody, make a video, especially you guys with your travel channels. Make a video of like a room review video, and then it's very then searchable, right? So Hilton Garden Inn Ufa comes up in that search very easily. That's pretty cool. It's had 5 likes, no dislikes, 7 comments. So there we go. Eric says, the first time I seen you was when you made a video about Grand Cayman Island. That was helpful. Yeah, did I make a couple in Grand Cayman? I should have made more. I went to go to do the beach, how to get to the beach video. And I think that day was the day that it rained on me. And I kind of persisted making it anyway. I went to the, what was it called? Grand Cayman Beach Resort or something, which I think is closed now. But the plan was I'd gone to check it out, to go check out the Margaritaville there. And I never filmed. The next week, I never went back and filmed it because I think I couldn't get off the ship or something happened. And my plan was to make a kind of review of each of these kind of resorts that you can go to, like resorts for a day, so that people can get an idea of places they could go to in Grand Cayman, in Cozumel. So if I get back to Cozumel now, I'll go do one at Mr. Sancho's, Nachikokum, Hotel B, and different places. In Cozumel, I did the ones nearby the ship, so La Ciba, Park Royal in Cozumel. So they're pretty easy to do. It's just a matter of having the time to do them. That's all. Sam said he's got to go. Yeah, I know there's a picture of a lady there. So I must hop off now, but this was great fun. Have a blessed weekend. I'll be looking out for future live videos. Take care. Thanks, Sam. Really nice to chat with you and basically have a bit of a feedback through the comments. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'll see you in another live video at some point. And everyone who needs to do their homework for their YouTube channels while I'm not here. I see Eric has his video and Bebel did some, it's called SEO. When you change like the titles and descriptions, it's called SEO, search engine optimization. So where you kind of improve the descriptions and titles of the videos. It kind of helps with viewing and the like. So maybe it's time to hop off, everybody. Actually, we'll have a look at the temperature, shall we? It's nice and warm in the kitchen here. 28.5. This is Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So I've got the window closed to the kitchen because it's -5 outside, -4.9. So it's a little bit cold or cool outside. I don't know if you guys watched my last video. Did anybody watch the last live video? Let's pull up this photo. Did I point it out to everybody? I helped out clear some snow in the streets where I live, and it went a little bit viral on Instagram, and the local administration invited me to their offices to thank me for service to the community. It's a little bit hard to see, but and the local TV station got invited as well. So I think I showed it in the other live stream. I don't know if anybody watched back or not. So Eric's saying goodbye to Sam, I think. So yeah, we got a nice little small community of us here. So yeah, I think I'm going to head on out now because it's 1:55 a.m. here in Moscow, Russia. Unfortunately, the timing obviously suits the daytime in America, which is where most you guys all are. It doesn't really work well with the time difference in Europe. So it's just a matter of getting that kind of balance right so we can get a regular timing. So I'm going to thank everybody for watching I Like Cruise Ships, the YouTube channel. I hope you've liked this. We've looked at a few YouTube videos. Actually, while we just go back to this live shot here, you can see water splashing on the flow rider. You can just see somebody riding it here where my mouse is. If you can see that, you'd have to pull really, really close. It's like one of those waves that you can ride, and someone's riding it right there. Kind of a tough zoom in from there, but yeah, thanks everybody. I'm going to sign off. Thanks everybody. Eric, Sam, Bearbull. I don't remember some of the other people that were here. Earlier on, we had Uzlik and Alexis. Pamela was here earlier on. Maybe she's here now or gone already. Yeah, Jason was here as well. Thanks, everybody. Catch you in another live stream. And have a nice day. Bye, everybody. Bye.